Alright guys, so let's go ahead and start today. So today we're going to talk about the Protestant Reformation. Remember guys, what I love about history, besides the fact that it's way better than math and science, who needs that? Right? Sun, math, plus, no one needs that. But what's cool about history is that when we look at the words, it kind of helps us know about things, even before we start the topic. So I'll prove it to you right now. Talking about today's topic is the Protestant Reformation. Before we even begin, can someone tell me what word you see? You don't even know what I'm talking about. Oh, you're used to my teaching. Okay. What word do you see in Protestant?
Pro and test.
Okay, how about we put it together? You're right, you see pro, you see test. Protest. So now, can someone tell me what protesting means? What does it mean to protest? Go ahead. Okay, to go against, like if you had to draw it, if you were good at the game dictionary, what would you draw to show? A sign saying no. That is, I should never go into sign making business, but no. Right? Art? No. Making signs. Look, my sign's all updated. And you're a freak of nature. You should have a 20-foot on. Alright, good, right? So think of someone saying no, going against something. What?
Standing up for your rights.
Standing up for your rights, alright? Saying something you believe in, right?
Yeah.
Okay, how about the next word? So first of all, it's going to be speaking about protesting, going against something. How about reformation? What word do you see in reformation? DeAndre? Reform. What does it mean to reform? You don't want to do that. I just picked it. I'm sorry. Want someone else to do it? Go ahead. What does it mean to reform something? You can't use the word reform. To inform someone. Okay. All right. Thank you for trying.
Restart.
To restore something. If you're restoring something, what does that mean happen, Allison?
You're making it again.
You're making it again. But what must have happened? If you have to make something again,
It must have been destroyed.
something happened and destroyed, right? So maybe you had a house, right? And like the wind came and destroyed it. So reforming, you need to like build it back up again, right? So, okay, so we're protesting against something, and something broke and we have to fix it. So that's the topic, as weird as it is. You kind of already have the backstory for this. Today's key words that you need to know, guys, these are just the normal English words that you should know, hopefully have in your vocabulary. You should hopefully know by now what the word lavishly means, what the word scheme means, what the word translated means. If you don't know, we'll know today. When it comes to keywords, you should know what the word, like history words, humanist, you should know by today and today, Martin Luther, indulgences, and 95 thesis. Alright? Okay, and you have a quiz tomorrow, just so you know that now. Alright, so go ahead, we're going to start our do now questions. So everyone should be logged on already. Some of you are on question 1, make sure you're on question, some of you are on question 2. This is question 1. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one. No, we'll look at the, wait, is that turning on? How about that one? You have 2. Either of them? Can we help her out? Real quick, if you don't mind. Thank you, bro. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at this question, guys. It says, one way in which the writers of the Renaissance were influenced by the writers of ancient Greece was that the Renaissance writers, these are your 4 choices. No, just go ahead and put on your smart and the clicker. Stressed the power of human reason, promoted the religious doctrines of the Roman Catholic Church, showed little interest in secular affairs, and produced few new scientific ideas. Nice. So you're logged on already? Okay, so go ahead and answer this question. So how were writers of the Renaissance influenced? Seven of you guys to the left, remember to press down after you've picked your answer. Even if you don't know it, try to guess it still, guys. Look at keywords. Some of the keywords are, for example, Renaissance, the writers of the Renaissance. So think back to what you learned about the Renaissance. key words from the Renaissance. We have one person left. Give you like 5 more seconds, if not we have to move on. Everybody press down. That's probably what someone didn't do. Alright, so let's see how many got right. Alright? Only half of you got this one right, and the answer is 1. They stress the power of human reason. Remember, whenever you see Renaissance, one of the key things you need to remember are what? What are those called? The people that stress human reason are called humanists. Remember, humanists, think of yourself being selfish, sadly. Humanists were all about the individual person, individualism. A lot of you that got it wrong put B, promoted the religious doctrines of the Roman Catholic Church. We talked about how people trying to change it now. How people started going away from the church. And today we'll actually talk about why. Alright, next question. So, in Western Europe, a long-term effect of the invention of Gutenberg's printing press was that here are your choices. 1, that the monarchies were restored to absolute power. 2, feudal system declined. 3, literacy rate. Put it down. Yes. Yeah. You know you can finish. 3, so 2, feudal system declined. 3, literacy rate increased. And 4, development of new ideas was discouraged. So what would be a long-term effect of the invention of the printing press? 6 of you still. Make sure you press down once you get your answer down. 4 of you. Alright, so remember, look for the key words, guys. Key word for here is what? What do you think the key word is here? Raising your hand real quick. Literacy? Okay, thank you for giving it away, kind of. And the question, what's the key word in the question? What word in the question should you see? And that itself will help you get the answer in. Printing press, good job, right? Printing press is definitely the key word in this. Let's see how you guys are doing. Wow, 95% of you got this one right. You got that last one. All right. Okay, so that's pretty impressive, guys. Pretty impressive. The 5% that got it wrong is the person that didn't pick the answer. So, didn't pick any answer. And I think maybe it's because maybe someone turned it on yesterday and left it off. Left it on, so that could have been the reason, guys. Well, 21, 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 12. That's why. Because someone didn't turn it on. Alright. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at our notes for today, guys. Can someone please do us the beautiful favor and read for us our first set of notes, please? Teresa, go ahead. You got a copy. You got your little lace feet. Oh, it's not on that side. Is it? So some of you didn't get one that has 2 sides?
I got this one.
So you don't have, right? It's alright. Some of you didn't get, for some reason, who has a blank side? A couple of you. Sorry to hear that. Alright. Is that why you're raising your hand, or did you want to read? Alright. So go ahead. Start reading.
Background to the Reformation. During a time of widespread poverty and violence, post-religion reaction, one of the scenes used to support the activities of the church was the sale of the goods in Switzerland. Christian humanists in Northern Europe protested such practices.
Alright, so we've already come across our very first key word that you should hopefully know. If you look back at what you wrote down, the word, one of them is widespread, right? So what's widespread mean? Does anyone know what widespread means? And what will help us is looking at wide and spread, right? What do you think that means? Let's pick someone that didn't raise their hand, see if they can understand why. Moss, what do you think widespread means? What? I can hear you. To diffuse something, okay. I like that. What does it mean wide? Mr. Cloud is wide.
Really wide.
Very wide, right? Good job. Guess what? You hear that? That was your great fall. Come on, go ahead, Allison. What does it mean?
Wide means like it's spread really, like many people in different ways.
What?
Many people in different ways.
Many people, different ways?
Yeah, like they spread. They didn't stay in one place.
Okay, they didn't say one place, so it's everywhere, right? Good. How about spread? What do you mean to spread something?
It's like when you make like a peanut butter jelly.
Okay.
Like you spread it around so there's more.
So there's more. So if you spread it around, is there any place that it's not there? Good. Okay, that's a deal. Good, I like the example. Looks like I'm rubbing off on it. Alright, last one, go ahead.
I'm trying to say that's a global crisis.
A global crisis. Look at you being fancy. No more, yeah. Alright, good. So what was widespread? Poverty and violence. Poverty, people don't have any money, and violence. But now that's happening, but the popes are living lavishly. What does lavishly mean? Anyone know what lavishly means? Abby? Because you're not, because you're Ruby. You would think I would know this by this point. Go ahead.
Okay, it's like when you're rich.
Good, when you're rich.
Very, very rich. Very wealthy.
Okay, but I could be really, really wealthy and live in a studio apartment, right? No one would ever know. So do I live lavishly then?
Like living fancy.
Living fancy, right? So while some people are living poor, the popes are living lavishly. Now, would you be happy if if your entire congregation was going through bad times and your pastor was living it up, making it rain all over the place? Can you imagine? You gotta get a monthly bus pass. You could barely afford food, right? You gotta buy 2 McChickens every morning. That has to hold you down for the day. You gotta walk to work, and as you're walking your 5 miles to work, your pastor's like, beep beep. Can you imagine how upset you would be about that? Right? You'd be tight, wouldn't you? All right. Now, how about the word?
Family, please excuse the interruption. Miss Kendall, please report to room 222. Miss Kendall, please report to room 222. Thank you so very much. Everyone have a great day.
Thank you.
All right. So they're living this lifestyle, but then they have a scheme. What does a scheme mean? What do you think scheme means? Ruby? Rue, why am I doing this? Go ahead. I got trick. Who would be doing a scheme? When you think scheme, what do you think of? A thief? I think of like the Joker.
Yeah.
Or like Lex Luthor. Or like Green Goblin trying to do something bad and Spider-Man having to come and save the day. Alright? So the church is scheming to raise money. So they end up selling indulgences. So what do we have to ask ourselves?
Why?
Wait, why they're doing it? Okay, you can ask that question, but how about, what's another question you can ask? What is an indulgence? What's an indulgence? Has anyone ever heard that? Go ahead.
It's like paying money. No, it's like paying money for just like forgive your sins.
Okay, so that's fine. You actually hit it on the house, so I give you an example beforehand. We'll go from there. Good, so an indulgence is when you're paying for forgiveness. Ah.
And they actually pay.
Where do you get that from? Where'd you come up with this wonderful idea? Why don't you just pray for forgiveness? By church, huh? Interesting. So the church, your church tells you to pray for forgiveness, and back in ancient times, the Roman Catholic Church was telling you to pay for forgiveness. What do we see in this scene right here, guys? Does anyone point out anything about this scene? Someone that hasn't talked yet for me today. Someone who hasn't participated at all. Obviously, Allison, that means you did. And David, that means you did. Jamie, where do you see that? Here? This one here or this one? Well, they're both actually, right? So they're paying for forgiveness. How would you feel if you were to, I don't know, your brother comes home today and just uppercuts you in the face? And you tell your mom, "Mom, he hit me!" And she goes, "He gave me $1 and he said he's sorry." How would you feel about that? Who here would be upset about that if you found out that happened, right? Right? Now that's a funny example, but let's take it a little bit more serious. God forbid a dear loved one of yours were to get hit by a car because someone decided to drink and drive, which is really bad. What do you want to happen to that person? Okay, unfortunately, some people might say death to that person. Revenge. Or jail. Right? How would you feel if when they caught the person, the cop said, "We can't put him in jail because he donated $5,000 to the city of Mount Vernon"? How upset would you be? What would you want to do? Okay, you would want to take vengeance yourself, but if you do something, you go to jail.
I'll buy money.
Ah, you can give money. All right, but is that a good system to have?
No.
Just pay for
It's
it.
like burger.
Wait, but what are you paying for?
You're paying to do something for the city of Mount Vernon. No, he donated something for the city of Mount Vernon. See, that's exactly what happened in ancient times, guys. In ancient times, the church said, we want to build beautiful things like this. This is a St. Peter's Basilica in Rome, right? And what the church wanted to do was to raise money for things like this. They said, sell forgiveness. Sell forgiveness. You couldn't get it through prayer, you had to buy it. Is that fair?
Isn't that corrupt?
Ah, sounds like corruption, huh? A lot of people felt like that was corruption. So let me ask this question for you real quick. If you had to pay now for forgiveness, who's going to suffer the most? Raising your hand. Who do you think suffers the most if you have to pay for forgiveness? Who do you think is going to be completely out of luck now? They're going to hell now. Ian? Poor people. Can you imagine? Poor people are all going to go to hell now. Didn't make too many people happy. All right, let's read the next one. Who wants to read for me the next section, please? Someone who hasn't read or talked or done nothing for me today. Sorry, I feel like I had one your name. Feel like I didn't? Okay, go ahead, Terry. If you lie, you need to get forgiveness from me. Which means you have to. All right, go ahead.
I was thinking Martin Luther, Martin Luther, a German, led a revolt against the Catholic Church. He drew up 95 theses.
You got it, thesis?
Theses against indulgences. Copies began appearing throughout Europe. Luther also translated the Bible into German so ordinary people could study.
Good. All right, so Martin Luther, that's one of our history words that we need to know for today. Martin Luther is a German monk. He's a monk, which means what? Anyone know what that means? He does? Allison?
He's like he praises God.
All right, so he's a religious person. But I pray to God. Does that make me a monk? Oh.
He meditates a lot.
Meditates a lot, but I go home and meditate too. What? No, he's not a Buddhist. Buddhism is different than Christianity. They're two separate religions. But, go ahead.
He's one of those people who shave their heads. And
Okay.
Their arms rolled.
Look at his clothing.
I mean, he's not wearing it now. But
No, yes, you're clothing. So, go ahead.
Someone who lives their life separate from other people.
Good. So a monk lives separate. They're yes, they pray, they meditate, all that wonderful stuff. They do it in seclusion. They swear to live a life of poverty, dedicate their service to God. So this German monk, Martin Luther, is upset with this practice of indulgences. He thinks it's corrupt and he's disgusted by this. So what he does is he creates 95 theses. 95 theses, guys, are 95, just remember it's thesis, but basically it's 95 reasons. 95 reasons as to why indulgences are wrong. That's what the theses are. 95 problems with indulgences. All right? Now, when you sadly have a problem with someone in the school and you don't want to say it to their face, what do most kids do sadly nowadays? Facebook! You go on Facebook, so-and-so is a fill in the blank. Don't do it for me, but whatever your problem is with her or him, you post it on Facebook. Why? Why post it on Facebook? Can't you just write them a little letter, put it in their locker? Jamila? Because you want everyone to know your business. Right? Now here's what Martin Luther posted it on Facebook. Well, not Facebook. But he posted it on the church door. So that everybody, because think about this, how many of you have already gone onto Facebook today? Anybody? Wow, I'm actually surprised. I would think more of you. How many of you will go on Facebook today? Eventually.
Oh, go?
Wow, yeah, who will eventually check on Facebook? Wow, you guys don't do Facebook no more? You don't have one. How about this? How many of you go on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, or MySpace? You're one of those people. Still holding it down. All right, and so the idea is he posted somewhere where he knows everyone will go to eventually. 95 problems. And today, we'll take a look at some of those things. Now, here's the thing. Can you imagine writing down 95 problems? How long will it take you to write that list?
An hour.
Would you write that list 5 times?
Printing press.
What?
Printing press.
Ah, the printing press. Thank you so much. So, Martin Luther takes his advice that was created during the Renaissance. He lived during the Renaissance. The printing press. and he makes copies galore. Right? So he just literally takes his stack of theses and he passes them out as people walk by. And now his message is going to spread all throughout Germany. And little by little, disseminates throughout all the region. Yes?
Is this where Martin Luther King got his name from?
That's what I was thinking.
I'm sure one of who this is in it, I'm not exactly positive about that. Why don't you look it up? Let me know. That'd be cool to find out. Alright? Alright, so copies started showing up everywhere, and then he takes it a step further, right? And by the way, now do we kind of see where the Protestant Reformation is coming from? Is he not protesting against the church? He's going against the church. Church, you're selling indulgences? No, 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 I don't want you to do it. That's me holding up. I'm not ready to be doing this. Alright, so he's protesting against the church. And he wants to reform it. So what do you think he would want to do? What do you think he would want to do if he's against indulgences? What do you think one of the things he preaches should happen? No. Actually, somebody else. But yeah, what do you think he wants to then do? Make a change. What's one of the changes you would make if you were him? You were in charge, and you were Martin Luther. You're in charge and you're Martin Luther, and you don't like indulgences. What would you do? What? What?
No, ask for money.
Not ask for money, okay. But if you hate indulgences, does your mom make something that you hate? Food? You like everything she makes? I'm big, and I will tell my mom I don't like something that she's making. Alright? So there's nothing. What would you do, Emily? If your mom cooks something that you don't like, what would you tell her?
I don't want it.
You don't want it. Right? You don't want it. So, Emily, if you were Martin Luther, right? Emily Luther, and you don't like indulgences, and you were in charge, what would you do, sweetie?
Like I was in charge of.
You were in charge of the church, and you don't like indulgences, what would you do?
I would stop it and I would eat that.
Good job. You'd stop it, right? But is he in charge?
No.
Who's in charge, Jesse?
Church, but
Oh, go ahead.
when the guy goes to jail for like going against the church,
Wouldn't he go to jail? There will be issues like that where the church will try to get him and kill him. But here's the thing. If you were to wear your hat in school, and I tell you, take the hat off right now, and you say, well, yeah, you can't wear a hat, right? You have the spikes going on. But let's say you wore a hat, like one of those Abraham Lincoln hats. So take off your hat, Jesse, and you say no. Right? And I go, what am I going to do? Right? Call security, come get him, and then security comes in, take off your hat. But then everybody here gets up and says, you're not taking this hat from him. Are they going to be able to get the hat off you? No. So if he passes out this paper and people agree with him, and the church sends people to go arrest him, what do you think the people might do? Stand up for him, right? Go ahead. They would protest and they protect him, right? You're not taking Martin Luther from us. So that's kind of what happens, guys. One more thing, he also translated the Bible into German. Why? Why do you think he would want to make the Bible into German? Justin, what do you think? Why do you think he wants to change the Bible into German? Don't think about the church. If you were Martin Luther and you were German and you were preaching in Germany, why would you want to make the Bible translated, which by the way is another one we need to know. What does it mean to translate something real quick? Let's stop for 1 second. What does it mean to translate something? David?
To speak to. I can't explain.
Okay. Jamie? Okay, it turns into something else, right? So wait, so if I take an egg and put it and then turn this egg and do that and then make scrambled egg, did I translate that egg into scrambled egg? So you're right with the change, but changing of what? Changing the language. Thank you, sweetheart. So he wants to change. So first of all, what's the language of the Bible? Someone raise their hand. What's the language of the Bible? Allison? What? Italian? Close. Very, very, very close. Emily? Latin. Good. So he wants to take it from Latin and turn it into German. But why? Who? What people? Spanish people? The German people. Good job. Good job. All right. Okay, yes.
language everybody spoke?
No. I mean, everyone in Germany spoke German, yes, but not everyone spoke. All right, so now, here's what ends up happening. Since he's not in charge, what do you think he would do? If you want to change it, you get rid of indulgences, and the leader of your church says, no, you can't, what do you think he will do? Sign up him? What do you think he would do then? You're right. Not bribing. DeAndre? A riot? But is that godly? Do you think a religious person like he would do that? Not? Okay, but if you can't, if the leader says we're not changing, what do you do, Emily? You could try to persuade them, but they won't. No, we're not going to do it. He's going to make his own religion. And Martin Luther will create a religion called Lutheranism. All right, tomorrow, after the quiz, we'll take a look at what Lutheranism is, comparing it to the Roman Catholic Church. But now what I want to do is take a look at some of the theses. So what I want you to do is flip your paper over. And on the other side are some of the 95 theses that he will do. You okay? All right. Who wants to go ahead and read one of these theses? Let's get people that haven't read today. So if you want to look ahead and find one that you want to read, you could go ahead and do that. So let's do 21. Who wants to read 21 for me? Someone who hasn't done anything yet. I don't think Jael has spoken to me today. I don't know if he's mad at me. Tremel hasn't spoken to me today. Jesse, you haven't spoken to me today. So if you guys want to look ahead and find one that you want to read, you can definitely do that. But let's get some other people involved. So besides those three, we can go ahead and start. But I would like each of you three to find one that you want to read for me, okay? And do that for me. So who wants to read 21? So we got three. Real quick, it's Jael, Jesse, Tremel. You three definitely, please. David, you go first. 21.
Okay. Therefore, those preachers of indulgence are in error, who say that by the Pope's indulgence, a man is free from every penalty and sin.
Alright. Someone want to translate that for me? I don't understand it. Therefore, those preachers of indulgences are in error, who say that by the Pope's indulgences, a man is free from every penalty and saved. David?
They're just talking about how when the people, like they're tricking the people.
Who's tricking the people? Who's the accused of tricking?
Church.
Well, can you be more specific right now? The Pope, good.
And they're like telling, and like what they're really saying is that the Pope and the church are telling people that when you give me your indulgence that you're saved.
Okay, good. So you're wrong.
I'm wrong.
The Pope is wrong. You're wrong. Remember, error. You're wrong. Alright, next one. Who wants to read another one? You got one already? Tremel, you got one you want to read already? 42. So let's jump to 42, brother. Go ahead.
Christians are to be taught that the Pope does not intend the divine authority to be compared in any way to works of mercy.
Alright, so what's happening here? Christians are to be taught that the Pope does not intend the buying of pardons to be compared in any way to works of mercy. What do you think that means? Jamila?
That the Pope is not doing wrong with his people's indulgence that they're making
So what's he not going to do with the money?
by his needs. I mean, by things that aren't like necessities.
Okay. Anyone else want to know something in there too? Thank you, Jamila. Christians are to be taught, so we have to teach you that the Pope does not intend. What does it mean to intend something?
Like, he's not thinking something.
Okay, want to do something. So he does not intend that the buying of the pardons are to be compared to works of mercy.
It has nothing to do,
What?
that, the giving the money has nothing to do with, being free from sin.
Okay, good. Alright, another one. Jesse, which one do you want to read?
86.
86. Man, he's going way down there. Okay, go ahead and read 86. Go ahead.
Why does not the Pope, whom wealthier is today greater than the richest or of the richest, build just this one church of Saint Peter, whom with his own money, rather than with the money of the poor believe.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jesse. I like how you even got the saint part. I would have said street Peter. like that. Now, what's happening here? DeAndre? Good. Why does the Pope get money from the poor? That's what DeAndre's saying, you should hear. Instead of giving money. Can you imagine if I said, hey guys, you know what would be really nice? It's the end of the year soon. If you could all chip in a couple bucks and buy me a new computer, that'd be awesome.
I'll give you $20.
You give me $20? I love you guys.
Give me a grade.
Well, you got it. I'll give you that seat. 20 is a C, 100 today. I want the Hondos.
I'll give you 100.
Nice, nice. All right. If I were to say that to you, I would really like it if you all chipped in this class and bought me a computer. Why is that wrong? Allison?
Because we're not supposed to pay you, already get paid.
Ah, but it's a donation. I'm not telling you I want a computer not to fail you. I'm just saying be a good person and buy me a computer. Jamil? Oh, you talk. Go ahead.
You're like bribing us.
I'm not bribing you.
No.
No. I'm gonna give you the rate you deserve. Just buy me a computer, man. Come on, guys. Please.
But we're in need of that grade.
What?
We're in need of that grade.
No. I'm gonna grade you the normal grade. I'm gonna give you what you deserve. I'm just asking you to do me a favor and buy me a computer. DeAndre? I got money. Have you ever hung out with someone and said, yo, can you buy me a slice? And you're like, I just saw $20 in your pocket, dude. I got $2. You get a share a pizza. Have you ever been somewhere and says, can I get a piece of your food? And don't do something say, buy your own food. Anyone ever have that? And you're hanging out with a friend and he wants some of your food, but you know he got money?
Yes.
It's kind of, isn't that annoying? All right, and that's kind of what's happening here. All right, Jael, do you have what you want to read for us? 47, go ahead. All right. Everyone heard that? All right, it says Christians are to be taught, thank you, Jael. Christians are to be taught that the buying of pardons is a matter of free will and not of commandment. What do you think that means? Anybody? You want to ask a question? Okay, answer the question first. No, ask the question first. That's it.
Oh, okay. What is
Pardon? Okay, a pardon is basically getting forgiveness for something. Alright? So for example, if you're in jail, you might get a pardon, which means that you're forgiven for whatever sin you've committed. Alright? And then you get to walk out of jail without any problems. DeAndre, you're going to answer that question now? Go ahead. So what happened in 47? Sorry, Chuck. Not that you can't buy forgiveness. DeAndre. Christians are to be taught that the buying of pardons is a matter of free will and not of commandment. Good. You don't have to. If you want to get an indulgence, what is it then? Is it a commandment or free will? What does free will mean? What? Okay, you have a choice of doing it or you can't do it. Kind of like this. Have you ever given something to your mom or said something and your mom says like, I want you to do it because you want to do it, not because I told you to do it? Oh God, I've had that happen to me many times. Like I'll be like, Mom, you want to throw away the trash? And she'll be like, I want you to do it because you want to do it. I think you have to be told to do something. And that's kind of what's happening here. Alright, cool. Alright, so here's what's going to happen. So for tonight for homework, you have to do the quiz, study for the quiz rather. It's 20 questions, 20 minutes. You're going to answer questions 1 and 2, not question 3. Questions 1 and 2, not question 3. We'll do questions 1 and 2 in class tomorrow, as well as comparing Lutheranism to the Roman Catholic Church. Good? Any questions? Alright, go ahead and log off of the clickers, please. If you don't mind doing me that favor. And we're done for today.